As we look at EDO global race, assessing the credibility of candidates in looking forward to making EDO better for it, most especially as regards closing the gap on governance deficit. And discussing this with me, starting from my immediate left, I have the Public Relations Officer, Labour Party, Sam Orokba. Thanks for coming.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Good morning, viewers.
All right, next to Sam Orokba is the Director Media of the PDP Campaign Management Council, St. Moses Eromoseli. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Good morning. Director Media Strategy. Thanks.
Good, good. And also next to St. Moses Eromoseli is a member of the APC Campaign Management Council, and he is Kenneth Erunse. Thanks for coming, Kenneth.
Thank you.
Let's start quickly with you, Eromoseli. A lot has been said. If we must get it right, we need those who can feel the pulse, the pain of the people, those who have been seen as having the credentials, the credibility, that they've done it before, they've been passionate to the people, they've embarked on projects or embarked on philanthropic gestures to the people without necessarily expecting any gains. Some have said the PDP candidates could not be evidently mentioned in this regard. What's your reaction to that?
I don't understand why you say that. I also know who said that. I think nobody said that. And to quickly answer that question, you need capacity, we need somebody with pedigree. Pedigree is about what you have done for yourself, what you have done for your people, what you have done over time. The PDP candidate is one candidate who typifies pedigree in this regard. He has grown in the ranks from Ekoba Hill, playing in the sand dunes, the river. He went to Lagos, he went abroad, he went all over the world, and he impacted Edo State. How? Of all the candidates we have, he's the only one whose business is in Benin. He's the only one. He has a business in Edo State that we know. The others we heard are in Jos, some are done in Lagos, or everywhere else, but they don't have no business here. He has Stanley Bank is in Benin, one of the very prominent banks in Benin, employs Edo people from all across. And so that's an impact, that's one. Two, he gave water to his community. Okaigbe, I've been there, I've stayed in Okaigbe. In that hospital, my wife worked there. I've stayed there, I know that I've told. I know what he did in that very community where he came from. He gave them water. And when they have an electricity problem, he supported them. And take note, and he's not the person to give them light, for example, but he has influenced light to come there. Way back over 12 years, he's writing to the federal minister to give them light to solve the problem of electricity. That's somebody who is showing compassion. And he does it every day to his people he meets as he goes along. Yes, the other aspirants or the other candidates we have, what they do, until 5 years ago, until 4 years ago, none of them was seen. Particularly the other one that is beginning to do some emergency charity today. 4 years ago, he was absent, totally absent from his community. Today, you don't do things because you want to gain. That's what my candidate don't do. He does it because this is who he is.
Okay, I said that to say this because most times we have seen politicians who basically, for the purpose of getting into power, they could do philanthropic gestures. But when they get there, it becomes a different story entirely. Now, we are a little bit taken aback when some politicians from points of aspiring, when they've not even become the chairman of the local government, neither have they served in the legislature, and just jump into becoming the governor of the state. What could you see as the programs, the policies, the manifestos that the party is peddling for the electorate?
My party is the only party among all the parties contesting this election that has a manifesto that can be seen, that can be handled, and that can be read. And that tells us that we are ready for this election. Our manifesto is one slogan: prosperity for all. And prosperity is the opposite of austerity. Nigerians are going on demonstration in a few days because there is austerity, hard famine. and our candidate says, yes, we recognize this reality, but we are going to change it. Not by wishful thinking, but by careful planning. We are going to bring in a lot of innovative ideas into governance and government so that we can prevent this situation in the future. If it happens all over Nigeria, it says those states will be different.
Okay. We are already on the campaign grounds, and we are seeing at the peak of campaigns, politicians coming with different slogans in order to capture or cajole the audience. Now, we still see a negative trend that some political parties also, participate in, like renting crowds. And this, again, has weaponized poverty, a situation where you give handouts to the people just to be part of a rally. And then by the time you get into office, it's another song entirely, where you have to devastate the common patrimony of the people at their detriment. Do you see your candidate as manifesting such? Because some have also said, as allegations, that there seems to be a point where campaigns, crowds are being rented. Would you say that your party is a part of that?
Questions to me?
Yes, question for you.
Thank you once again. Obviously, APC is one of the party right now, or my principal is one of the candidates right now at this moment that is not involved in vote buying, so to
or
say,
renting crowds.
or renting crowd, money politics. If you go through his campaign, since we launched the campaign a few weeks ago now, it has been engagement with critical stakeholders. We don't believe in renting crowd because naturally we have the crowd. All he did the other time was to walk through the street of Auchi, and you could see the massive crowd. These are organic supporters that came to welcome him. They say he doesn't talk, but that still doesn't prevent the crowd from appreciating his person and what he has done for his community and his people.
Okay, but there are clips that also show that even the process of campaigning where they also give gifts.
No,
what is that for?
Brother,
is that a part of buying them
era
for votes?
of internet and or whatever, anything can happen in the internet. So I don't really want us to, except you have a police report on that. That clip could have been manipulated. I don't even want to go there. Okay. Because it is not proven yet that, because you didn't see my candidate there. I'm not sure in that clip you saw any prominent APC member there that you can say I saw such a person. So anybody can wear an APC cap and start sharing. I don't even see how it makes sense for APC, a real APC man, to be wearing face cap and be sharing money and doing a video on it. What do you intend to achieve? You're shooting yourself on the foot, right? So that tells me a lot that video could have been manipulated. So I don't want to go deep in there. Maybe the police will have to investigate that. Oh, okay. But obviously, what we are doing now as a party is engaging critical stakeholders. The students, you can recall the other day, NAS as a body endorsed our candidate. NAS as a body. Then NURTW, just a donut branch, endorsed our candidate some few days ago. Okay. A lot of these endorsements are coming in due to our critical engagement. When people say we are not campaigning, I just laugh. We are doing the grassroots campaign, meeting the critical stakeholders. We have not started the podium campaign. Maybe what they want to see is podium campaign. That has not started because we are about to launch our campaign on the 3rd of August. After that, we cannot start doing the podium campaign. What we are doing is engaging critical stakeholders so that they will know what we stand for and why we are coming to reset Edo State.
Okay. While you were speaking on the NANS body and endorsing your candidate, I think I got a negative approval from St. Moses Eromoseli. I want in a few seconds for you to ventilate.
Just to quickly say that there was no time NAS ever endorsed the candidate, and NAS can never endorse that candidate.
That's your word against his.
I'll tell you why.
That's your word against his.
I'm a very senior member of NAS, University of Benin, and I can say categorically it had never happened. It was a farce. And please don't share it in public, and it's something that really irritates me. It's not true, it never happened. We have announced a structure, the president, the vice president, everybody, nobody did that. There was a program they held, a private program in a place, and people were invited with a charity, NGO foundation, one doctor foundation like this, and people were invited, some strange people were invited. and they still want to share palliative, or to see that they're putting on camera. That's fraud of the highest order. Don't do that next time, and because we are contemplating taking an action, legal action, but we just let it slide. Because
you should do that if you're sure of
okay,
your facts.
let's get your reactions quickly.
You should do that if you're sure of your facts. The fact is that NAS has not come out to dispute that.
NAS have disputed that.
Anyway, I've not seen it.
I've read the report. That's why
that was the executive of NAS present. They endorsed based on the endorsement was all based on this
in an NGO program.
Listen, the endorsement. Let me speak. The endorsement was not based on his candidature or that the father is contesting an election. The endorsement was based on his humanitarian services or his contribution to education over the years. He has a lot of students under his scholarship scheme. This has been happening over the last 10 years, not because of election. Okay. In fact, let me point to the fact here. My principal is an accidental politician, because in the last, he just came into politics 2 years ago, or even last, let me just say 2 years ago. He has never been in politics, he has never dreamt of being he has always been a businessman, humane, humble, successful businessman. So all these things he has been doing, empowerment, scholarship, service to community, which the whole of Esaland is aware of. When he was mentioning water, I just laughed. We know that our candidate has provided water across the entire Esaland. This he did over 5-6 years ago when he was not even dreaming of becoming or running for governorship or even Senate.
Okay, I'll be coming back to you, but let's get your opinion as regards the Labour Party, for instance. Some have also said that the old-timers, though there's this impression generated by some that even while they had sway in administration, at the national level, they were not able to impact the people policy-wise in terms of, ameliorating the plight of Nigerians. So what is the chance that the Labour Party could clinch it as a third force in Edo State?
Thank you. Whoever, I don't think anybody has said about it. If at all anybody is thinking about that, the person is not really in tune. Of course, I can tell you for free that as it stands today in Nigeria, there's only one state that governance is working, the Federation.
Only one state in the Federation?
I'm telling you.
Is it Edo State?
The Edo State is comatose. Edo State is grand. That's why there's need for change. In Abia
State is what?
It's grounded. There's no governance here. Abia
what makes you say that? I think I take exception to that.
Let me land. Abia State is the only state that currently being governed by Labour Party, that the governor is working effectively, and the people are feeling the impulse of what true governance is in terms of when a political party that feel the impulse of the people come to power. Now, having said that, the one or two National Assembly members we have, for which some persons may want to judge. Now, if you want to juxtapose, for the period, APC members in the National Assembly, PDP members in the National Assembly have been holding sway. What can we judge? For those years, what can you pinpoint?
Okay, but that doesn't fetch you enough reason to say that there's no governance in Edo State, because if there isn't, I don't think you're able to find your way from your house down to this place.
It's okay.
Because you may be hijacked by hoodlums. But you had a very beautiful cell, peaceful, and I believe you had some traffic lights and they were walking. And so what makes you think that there's no government here? So I think that's fallacious. So I want you to correct that.
Thank you. There's governance, but it's not doing enough.
Okay.
There is. That is why there's need for change. Having said that,
what makes you think your candidate can bring that change?
Okay.
Because I've seen people who have done it in the capacities of even holding positions at the level of the Senate, at the level of the House of Assemblies, and yet they are not able to get it right in terms of ameliorating the plight of Nigerians, irrespective of what he has also, acquired as per being the former NBA president. So what do you see as the argument that can make a difference?
You see, my principal, the guy of Edo people, Olumide Akpata, in his words, It's in our mind a day. To do these things in our mind. That is to say, it is not a rocket science. Having the goodwill, the mind to touch your people. And he has that in him. For example, he was not yet a candidate. There is a school in somewhere in Ewato, in Esan, Southeast, or wherever. The people, the children were writing on the bare floor. But when he got there, tears rolled down from his eyes. On his private capacity, personal capacity as an individual, he renovated, it's on record, he renovated that school to world standard. Everything provided by him. The entire building structure, both to the desk and water, everything is now one of the best schools. He's a private man. In his private, it's not in government. He's not an economic advisor.
But is that a true test of one who will perform? Is that a true test? Because we've seen people who do that for the purpose of even when they gain power, they scoop back what they've spent.
No. We are talking of individual differences. The only man that has that at heart is Olumide Akpata. Okay. Let me land. Some persons might have done all this, maybe because they are in one position or the other. I'm just telling you as a private person. It's not a essay to one governor, SSA to one president or whatever. As a human who has the feeling of the people. That is not his... Okay. Sorry, sir.
Yes.
I overheard my brother saying that his candidate, while he was as a business, he used to do all these things for his people. That is not a better place. So it did not just because now my people I won't do one for. He did it because humans, people like him are suffering, and that is why he went out of his way. And if you talk of the things he has done, it is not a man that wants to always publicize what he's doing. Go to the health sector. There's no health sector in this. He has not gone to touch the people, the schools, individually. He has been going around to doing these things.
When you say there's no health sector, I think that's a bogus statement.
No.
Okay, I'll come back to you. But
sorry.
In a minute, I'll come back to you. In a minute, I will want you people to engage the viewing audience. Let's get to feel the pulse of Kenneth Eromoseli as regards your party. What do you see as not evident in the government at present that you think your party can change if given the chance?
Okay.
In 1 minute.
A lot of things, if I will start from that. From dilapidated roads, non-existent educational sector, the health sector, comatose, no teachers in our primary schools or secondary schools. The few roads that have been done by this government are all substandard. As we speak, they are all collapsing. The public hospitals we have been destroyed to build museums. This is Edo State. It's the only state, I guess, in the whole of South or if at Southern region that do not have one single flyover. The state is virtually dirty, no good environmental sanitation, no beautification. A lot of things has gone wrong. Now, to make matters worse, we have a government in the last 8 years that have taken pride in embarking on elitist projects, things that will not affect the common man, the downtrodden. Rather than build Ekusa Market, New Benin Market, and other markets, they have usually built a shopping mall, which do not affect the man on the street. Rather than build hospitals, more public hospitals, because we need more of them, that can serve the common man. They are busy building Radisson Hotel. We don't need that.
Okay, I think you've articulated the point.
Rather than embark on agriculture, farming, that will give food for our people, provide food for our people, they are giving our lands.
Okay, it varies anyway, because we've also, the electorate basically would have to decide on that. But let's get your reaction to that. And basically, what your party seem to make a difference about building on the present administration?
Thank you, Phillips.
In 1 minute.
Phillips, it's unfortunate that a political party does not even know what's happening in those states. The two parties I just spoke on, one said there's no governance, that was a bogus statement. The other one said there are no roads. And right behind me, on the background to this presentation, you can see the roads in Benin. That's the roads. The roads are wonderful. And they say there's no flyover. I've lived in many
When you
cities.
say they are wonderful, South
I'll
Europa looked at you.
Yes, I'll show you why they're wonderful. Because
are you sure it's right for you to say they are wonderful? Because
wonderful.
you give an impression to the Edo citizens that there's nothing more they're asking for as regards the roads.
What we are asking for is where I'm going to. The roads are improved on a daily basis. Okay. Go to Ring Road. It's a masterpiece. Behind me, you can see Ring Road. Go to TED, that TED junction. It used to be one kind of funny road. Today is a beautiful road. It's a masterpiece. It mustn't be a flyover. Let me educate the APC. The road must not be a flyover. I've lived in many cities across the world. In Germany, in the Braunschweig, the city I live, that Hitler grew from, Braunschweig, there's no single flyover. It's one of the most beautiful cities around. This doesn't have to be flyover.
So what's your party coming?
Now, our party, what are we doing now? This government has been able to do the roads, do critical infrastructures. The next government is coming to bring the prosperity. Because we tied our belts all the while. While they are building this road, building the schools, building the infrastructure, ministry, the facilities. Now this government says, no, it's time for us now to have prosperity.
Okay, thank you.
It's coming with prosperity.
Thank you.
So we can have so much to eat and drink and party.
Thank you. Let's feel the pulse of the LP. What do you see as a clean-cut manifesto or program that you'll be coming with?
It is not by mistake that our logo depicts it all. The father, the mother, and the child. That is the complete family. And when the family is well taken care of, the community to be well with the community. When the community is well with the community, the larger society will be a better place.
Okay. Can you pinpoint something that you feel the party in power has not been able to do right? And what can you do, or can your party do in that respect, if given the power to really come on board?
So many. So many. My principal has said it without mentioning words, that governance will be taken to the people, grassroots, that the health sector, people don't need to travel very far with this bad road. I am surprised my brother said wonderful. The roads are wonderful.
The state roads are wonderful.
Do you know what
the state roads are wonderful? The federal roads are
bad.
Okay,
fine.
Okay,
let me tell you. The state roads are wonderful according to you.
Yes.
The state road, we're in Ring Road, only Ring Road.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. I think we're going to be having an opportunity to discuss this.
Sorry, sir.
Your time is up, please.
No, sir.
10 seconds, 10 seconds, please.
No, sir. We are going to put governance to the people. The people at the grassroots. The holistic economy will not help the people. Take it to them at the grassroots.
Thank you so much, Samson Erokwa.
Every
word. You've articulated the point. Big thanks to you, St. Moses Iromoseli. Big thanks to you, Kenneth Erunse.